Hey guys, absolute banger for you all today. You'll see what I mean. So I've been meaning to do more demo reviews. If you don't know, I haven't been playing TF2 on a team for a few seasons now, and I don't know when I will necessarily. So I haven't been really grinding the game, so I don't have really high quality scrim demos or match demos to look over. And this is not a scrim demo or a match demo, this is a pug. For anyone who may be unfamiliar, pug stands for pickup game, as opposed to a scrimmage where, a set team that is playing for a season, plays a scrim against another team. Pugs are a little less formal, kind of just get 12 players together, and yeah, just pick teams, play some TF2. So, that is what is happening here, and I chose this because it was, I don't know, an odyssey of a pug. This was on the Banny config, a modified Banny config, that went into overtime in 20 minutes rather than 30, to hopefully have it average a little shorter, but it went very, very, very long, so we are in for a doozy. And now you'll notice I'm not really talking about the gameplay quite yet, just getting intros out of the way. There's going to be a lot of gameplay, so don't you worry. This is going to be a little less formal of a demo review, because again, it's a little less formal of a setting, so I'm just kind of going to talk about things. So this is a nice first round, to be honest. We kind of wiped the other team on mid, and easy mid to last was quite nice. I guess I will talk more about my perspective of things, because that's obviously what I see, even though this is an STV. Oh no, it's not an STV, this is a POV demo. Never mind. So I'll only have my perspective. And yeah, but honestly, a lot of the enjoyment of this pug and the enjoyment of this demo is going to be in the overall things. So we have here a kind of meat mid, but they're pretty slow to rotate. So this is a position which I very much like to walk up early, kind of deny their demo a walk up. And here, that demo and med are so isolated. I end up catching a pipe and dying, which early on I'm going to be catching a lot of Slugmundo pipes and dying. It was very frustrating. But I really think we should have just bombed there, because those are the two most important targets, and they are completely alone. Like the scout, I don't know if both scouts were on the floor. One scout for sure was just stuck in the box on point, unable to really deny any type of bomb. So they were very, very double bomb vulnerable there. I think we could have easily won that mid if my soldiers were ready for that. So we're losing a lot of guys in this post. My med seems to be caught. Yep, my med is caught. The other med dies though, so it's overall okay. We have mid capped, but we're down players. And our spawns aren't great. We're getting a scout here. We might do some peeking and some fighting. Oh no, my soldier dies. Okay, trades out. Oh no, both my soldiers just trade for the demo, so yeah, we're going to be giving up mid. We may have been able to fight mid with spawners, but no, that will not be happening. And definitely our momentum from that first round has officially stalled out, I would say. Although, long term... Oh, never mind. My med dies. This is sad. Now this is just complete meltdown mode. This is the kind of situation in which you have to decide whether you're trying to sell out for the other team's med or not. Because a sustained fight is not one you're going to win against a team with heals when you don't have heals. We do a little bit of fighting, but then choose to leave. Looks like our scout ended up sacking. Totally fine. Our soldier is in again and dying. And that's going to make the 2 hold kind of tough. I don't know if we even sack 1 on 2 because we're already down a guy. However, we are taking plat. So I guess we're tracking that the other team doesn't have Uber. So of course it is disad. No, we are playing back. It is disad. But if they don't have, then you don't really have to respect that disad necessarily. So you can play much more aggressively and actually hold the doors. Because you don't want to give up the point against a team that doesn't have Uber, right? You want it so that, you actually respect the real threat. So it's disad last. What's our med at? Uber percent? 70%. They actually play this evens, which is interesting. I don't know if their building was just very poor or what, but we're only at 80%. They could have just taken an Uber there, but that soldier bombing in is telling us, yes, that's a sack. When no Uber gets popped with that. So yeah, we're going to be able to get, which is quite nice. I am playing a little passively because they don't have Uber quite yet. For some reason, I'm still expecting an Uber by playing in spawn there, which is weird. I don't know why I'm doing that. But yeah, so now it's just door holding, evens on last. We have the gun set up, we have the sniper, all the things you want. They're actually pretty good about clearing my stickies top left. It was annoying. But yeah, that's okay. Soldier just goes into the gun. They honestly didn't really pressure this well. Not sure what's going on there. That's a nice sticky to hit on the med, because that means that med is now, 100 some HP, meaning that my soldier who's sacking really doesn't need to hit very good rockets to rocket that medic. You just hit like a pretty decent rocket and then like a mediocre splash, and that med will die. So that is kind of the spam you're looking for in a counter sack as a demo. Just some pressure on the med, pressure on a scout, or just really any player that's holding a door. You just want to get damage out there. Okay, did we even send a sack? I don't think we did. Whatever. I guess there wasn't a good opportunity. We honestly, got good space through the door, so I'm surprised we didn't get a little bit more there. Okay, soldiers through. And spy actually went at the same time. Ooh. Okay, so this is the type of deal. I remember this. Yeah. So in a situation like that, when it comes to giving up the last and actually pushing behind the other team, that's either a good play or a bad play, depending on one thing, which is whether the other team is going to have to back up or not. So in that situation, what I see that they just sent their double sack, meaning they are now down 2, meaning they don't really have a strong sustained fight into last. Now keep in mind as well, when you are vacating last, like demo is one of it's maybe the class that would rotate to that door the other team is pressuring. So by you vacating last, you are making it a little weaker. So as a result, the fight might be a little better for them, but still in this situation, they had to leave, and they had the mistake of not having anyone watch top left, meaning I just got to walk all the way behind them, drop them. And I am fast enough to spawn camp. Well, actually I'm not, because they get a spawner. Unfortunately, it's a soldier as well, which is like the one class that could kill me here. But surf the rocket out. Very weak. Have to react to that rocket so as not to die and end up living. My soldier kind of baited me there to go behind. We could have easily 2v1 that soldier on the forwards, which is what I was expecting, but he killed the medic, so he is fully forgiven. Yeah, we know a guy's behind. They have no heals, so we're just going to push into the next point. We get some random kill. I'm noticing Ice Coffee Fan is the player Sushi. I'm noticing he's just on some crazy timings. I don't really understand when he's going for stuff or not. But he got the kill there. I don't know if this soldier's still behind. I haven't looked behind. Not that it's really my job as a demo, but I like to at least have an idea, right? If a door is not being pressured, then I can kind of look wherever I want. Oh, we're playing this into last. This is very slim ad, mind you, because we dropped the other team's medic on our last when we already had Uber. So it would have made a difference if we didn't have Uber. If we were at, for example, 40%, then that 40% is in a way, well, that's going to be 80 ad, right? Because you add 40, the other team's med drops. So, okay, what's the point I'm making here? The point I'm making here is when we have Uber, Uber ad is only ever diminishing. So we had full ad, it was only ever diminishing. And traditionally, when you have full ad, you can transition that into usually 2 points. We actually pushed 3 points and we're going for a 4th because we pushed second. I guess we pushed 2 points because we pushed mid and we pushed their team second just now. Because when we pushed 2, Ubers weren't diminishing because their med was still dead, if that makes sense. Because it's all about when their med is alive, at which point, yeah. So basically, this is a risky last push because we're expecting the other team to have actually just get a kill bombing in, and the med doesn't have. And this is more of a pug thing. You can expect building to be a little worse, but honestly, like at lower levels, building is just kind of worse anyway. So you can get away with more aggressive stuff like that. And I honestly just feed in with the Uber, but I get 3 kills, so it's totally fine. Unfortunately, we lose the last push. Not really sure why, but that's definitely disappointing. So we are not able to get a second round on the board. Got to make sure to enjoy my cup of tea here because I know I'll be losing my voice if I do not have something to drink. Okay, so they push out of last off of the player advantage. This is still ad for us, though, I believe, because our med lived and their med died. So it should be 40 ad. Our soldier dies, which is sad because we're about to take an Uber, and we really don't want to be down one. My med just doesn't use when I call, so I kind of can't do anything. At least I can't do anything confidently because I'll just die. So that's unfortunate, but we get 2 kills with the Uber. I think my flank did. Maybe my pocket scout got a kill. But 2 kills for an Uber is totally worthwhile. We could be pressuring last right now. To be honest, I don't know why we aren't. Look at that, both scouts. That means there's no gun on last. That means that they don't really have a class that can deny a bomb. But yeah, we do lose another guy and there's a soldier behind. I think the soldier was behind the whole time and we knew about it, so that's probably why we didn't pressure into last. Which, honestly, the guy behind only makes it like better to pressure last in my opinion, because that's 1 fewer player at last, right? It should be really easy to get in and get the force. Yes, the soldier behind might meet up in lobby and like try and pinch or something like that, but that should be something you can deal with. Okay, we have a lot of space here, but it's disad. Unfortunately, my med gets caught. That's honestly, like, as a demo, I think my positioning there is relatively fine. Sure, I can die, but me dying for the Uber is really not that bad. But as you saw, I could just jump out, so I jumped out, and I was fine. I don't think playing to jump out all the time is necessarily good, because it's a little risky, but I think that was a fine level of aggression based on what they were getting, or based on what they were giving me. Pretty easy to get a force. So I'm happy with that. Unfortunately, the rest of my combo was just way too forward. I think that my pocket scout, but especially my med, should just bait that more, because again, they're actually, well, my med specifically is the actual important kill there. If their Uber gets, you know, me, maybe someone else, sure, it's like a decent Uber for them because they get like 2 kills including a demo. But at least we would have at least we would expect to be able to retake the space that we lost off of those kills. And if it's only me dying, then we don't even necessarily have to give up mid in that situation. And as we saw, I didn't even die, so could have been real nice. Okay, we get Uber. This is lovely. In a situation like this, as a demo, you're really looking to catch players leaving doors, but I'm not really in a position to do so. The demo left with a flash, which made it a little hard to catch him. He ended up dying to my scout, which is lovely. But yeah, off of this demo kill, we're getting aggressive, and they're looking really caught, to be honest. I don't know why we're not already all pushed out. We have the NG on last, which I guess is fine, but honestly, the NG on last means that everyone can push even more confidently, right? Because you have the gun watching last, so you don't have to worry nearly as much about the back cap threat. Okay, we're trying to pressure choke off of our pick, and both our soldiers die. That's not great. I don't think we have Uber either. Maybe we do. I'm just trying to deny the door. I see the soldier get through, and at this point the demo's in. I'm just going to get out. I think that was a 2-pipe in Valley. Just blindly spammed that scout. So that's a lovely kill. And that's 2 scouts dead, which is really good. Shutter looks free. Okay, my med eats a ton of spam here, which is really scary. So this soldier is definitely going to want to bomb onto my med. Does get the force. Unfortunate. But I can at least hopefully put some good use here. Okay, I'm staying a bit long. I don't know why my med is dying to stickies there, because the stickies would have been very visible. But I also fed as well. So that turned from a decent situation into a absolutely catastrophically bad one. My scout wants to stop 2 here, but sees ×5 on the point and knows that they can't win that fight. So, yeah, I don't know what we even do here. I try to come out left. Unfortunately, that's the door actually being held, so not going to work out. Right would have been better. Somehow I'm still alive. Resupping here is so sketchy because, like, they can just cap, and I'm, like, one of the main ones to deny the cap. I don't know. This is just a very, very, very difficult situation to hold last in because you're already down guys. They already get so much space. They can basically use the Uber at their leisure because they don't have to use to get through. Really tough to hold. So now it's a tie game. And we are how far in? 17 minutes in. I believe maybe, like, I don't know, half of that might be pre-game before we actually readied up and started playing. But yeah. Okay, immediate soldier trade at the start of the mid, and my scout dies. So now we are down a player. And they're kind of walking at us. We're hemorrhaging more players. My med stays in and dies. Should have been leaving there. And I just choose to feed. My bomb is awful. I don't know if... I don't know what happened with that, actually. On occasion, I det, like, before the server actually recognizes that I'm crouching. Which, I guess, now that I say it aloud, sounds like an insane cope, because the latency between all my buttons should be the exact same. So if I press crouch and then det, then the server should read that I crouch and then det. But I don't know, sometimes I have an issue with detting sticks without crouching. That seemed to be one of the cases, because I just really didn't go far at all. But yeah, that's one of those situations where I just chose to sell out rather than back up. And yeah. So we get out left very cleanly. Unfortunately, both our soldiers die, so their Uber is honestly quite nice. We got the Brass Beast heavy in position, though. Does not get a kill. Their demo just walks on a trap, though, which definitely makes things easier. But unfortunately not easy enough. We do wipe. And now 2-1 lead for the other team. We are now losing. Unfortunate mid to last there. Yeah, I don't know. A lot of different things went wrong over the course of that. Okay, now we're going Valley. My rollout's a bit slow. Let's see. This time their demo's already walked up. My scout instantly dies. So at this point, you just try and find that kill or leave. We lose another player, so just leave. I trap up choke as I leave. Soldier is in. Actually almost hits that rocket. I don't think I would have died to it. I may have taken crater damage and died. Okay, their demo bomb's in. I'm destroyed. We just get out. We're just hemorrhaging players on 2. And we're all caught. Really unfortunate. We just need to get kills there, to be honest. Down 2, like, it's scary. Holding second, because you don't have an Uber. Like, you'd be much more comfortable with an Uber there to be able to use. Save some players who are in trouble. But they don't have an Uber either. And, oh, I remember this. This was almost incredible. Just bomb in, get 3 kills. Unfortunately, it's not enough. The 2 players alive are able to 2v1 my med. Right, so, but the difference is the other team has... They're down 1, effectively, because they're leaving a player to cap. So it's not as bad as it seems on paper. And especially when, like, a player bombs in alone earlier than everyone else. Like, if that guy actually gets focus fired down, then that's a kill. And suddenly it's even players, and we don't really have to worry nearly as much. But we just didn't get our kills, so we wiped. My med instantly dies, but we get 2 combat for it. Oh, and this is so nice. Just able to walk across point, unspotted. So it's going to be an easy med pick. I eat a lot of damage in the process. Fortunately, I don't die. Okay, I do get cleaned up. I don't know. I think we knew that scout was behind. I mean, there's nothing I can really do about that. It's whatever. Scout gets cleaned up. Overall, good mid. Unfortunately, no one is meeting with our medic, so this would have been ad, but it is dead evens. It wouldn't have been much ad, don't get me wrong, but still. Showcasing the little air sticky rollout there. I am a fan of that. Okay. Yes, I remember my Pocket Scout and I had a big argument about this because he was talking about how there's, you know, players rolling out and there wasn't actually space. To me, it looked like there was plenty of space there because it was just a soldier, like players were just approaching plat. And I was one of the ones rolling out, and I got there fast enough as a pretty slow class. Which, yeah, at this point, I mean, down 3-1. I was not happy. And yeah, we were, I think at this point, actively having an argument about that, as I am just going to be dying here. Okay, I don't know what I was doing. Well, I was arguing is what I was doing, so of course I'm not going to be playing well. So yeah, we're just like not having a good time right now, just losing this pug. In retrospect, seeing that, I think either makes sense. If we are very, very fast, then that soldier could be a kill if our flank's able to like get through Valley, for example. Maybe my entire flank was rolling out and Valley's a little further, in which case still like, I think there's opportunities for space taking if we're really, really on it. But again, you're just looking for that kill. And it's fine to chill out there as well. Okay, I come out left, but unfortunately I'm fast, so I just die to the soldier in high ground. You'll notice, though, that basically every time that I'm kiting through spawn, I am spotting through that window because which side you come out really depends on which side the other team wants to end their Uber. So when I see the demo bomb across to the right side, I immediately want to walk out left. Yeah. So at this point, it's 4-1. It is match point. We will lose if the other team scores around. And it just hit overtime as well. Our mids have been pretty trash. Our med keeps dying. Ooh, but look at this. They are behind Tetris. That's usually a pretty vulnerable place to be. I'm kind of whiffing stickies, though. Oh, we're just down 3. So I guess we have to leave. Make that down 4. Let's hope me and my med are not caught. Oh, we're definitely caught, aren't we? Okay, the soldier's just barely able to get a rocket off and kill my med, leaving dungeon. I doubt he got out anyway, because that scout, after killing me, would probably just chase him. Actually, we had spawners, so maybe he would live. But yeah, disad last yet again. Now, that demo kill is really important, because that's one of the best classes to Uber into last with. So maybe it means we get to actually set up a little bit. Oh, and the scout is in, feeding as well. Yeah, that's great. Plus their cap, oh wait, their med died. Okay, so they got way overzealous and actually really punished for chasing so hard, while their scout was still capping mid, mind you, not even 2. So we're going to be attempting to dry push Valley here. The other scout dies, and nice, we get a soldier kill. I'm just walking their demo, trying to trap him out. I'm a little surprised about those stickies only did 80, but whatever. 2 kills. I'm calling to come cafe here because I can still trap the forward, so you don't really have to worry about denying that much. And yeah, I do hit that scout for 50. It looks like Ubers have evened out, or they're playing it as even Ubers. But there's decent space, and I'm trying to take this space. I remember this goes poorly. I just catch 2 pipes from Slug. Invite demo. Invite placement demo. The cope is coming out. Yeah, I don't know. Watching this back, my Pocket Scout is fighting someone else. But we had enough players that I think I shouldn't have been the only one fighting plat. It would have been nice to have a little help there, I think. Especially since we're getting so much space cafe. Whatever. We end up winning the point long term, so I guess I can't really complain. So this is evens into last, I believe. Unless their med got forced or something. The way we're playing this... Oh, this was sad, man. I guess I'm just fast lobby, but I'm like calling it. We already have Uber. Everyone's buffed as far as I'm aware. So like there's really no reason to be that slow to enter lobby. I really shouldn't be alone there, I don't think. But whatever. They just feed 3. Make it... I don't know what the medic is doing there, man. So this should just be a round, right? There we go. Okay, clawing our way back. But again, if we lose a single round, it is just over. Okay. Psych a choke rollout. Beef it a little bit. Ideally, you want to hit that ramp slide. Soldier's fast. I, of course, am trying to find a place I can safely stand still to get arrowed by my medic. I see a soldier up there, so I shoot that. I see their demo walking up, so I'm just basically trying to deal a bunch of damage, which I am certainly not doing. I basically did nothing that mid, but my team is winning it for me, so that's nice. And I don't like a stack here. Yeah, we're a little slow to go. This should be a fine fight to take. Honestly, this soldier could have just commit, because they have no scouts, I think. But whatever. A little bit of a missed opportunity, perhaps. But it's even Ubers on mid, so we get to set up our sack. We actually get a scout kill. My med is very deep. Good lord. We lose 3. This is now terrible. And my med drops, and I die. I don't know what was going on while I was rolling out, but my team just got super crazy, and everyone died. Okay. That has, like, round implications as well, because this is going to be disad last. We get forwards. It's getting spammed, but we can get through. I'm just trying to set up as good of traps as I can by the time they push. I opt to go with a trap on point and a trap cafe. I do like that point trap. Okay, they just popped through. Am I caught? Good lord, that was scary. I like that point trap because you can basically det the second you see cap time, as I just did, and yeah, I end up killing that scout. As long as he enters from the left side of point, then that is a pretty decent way to kill them. Jesus, I'm in the mud right now. And that left side of point is a pretty, I mean, it's a common place for scouts to enter, like through Valley, the flank scout enters, but it's kind of 50-50. Okay, I try and bomb, or I go for a bomb just in case, oh, this was so sad. I was so mad at that as well, because it's like, what is the angle you're even spamming? I don't get it. Yeah, I just get perfectly popped up and then die to the roller as well. I was definitely, like, tilted at this point, because we're just losing, right? And there were a few moments that it really felt like I'm communicating what's going on and what I need to happen or what I'm doing, and it's just going into the void. And I end up, like, dying because of it. And that's always frustrating. But nonetheless, we are able to push the point successfully. And is this... we're playing like it's add into last. The demo is playing like it's not add into last. So, off the 2 kills, I mean, we want to be doing something. I kind of wish my scout would just get through. Oh, I get the picturesque med getting dropped. I'm calling to maybe take an Uber here. I think I'm calling to take an Uber, but I kind of just get dropped because my med is... looks like they were getting a pack, but I didn't know that. So as long as we don't use, this is honestly fine. Because we can just dry push 2 and then Uber into last. I get a forward as well, so we can be pretty fast doing that. We're going Valley. I'm already here. And things are going pretty slowly. Again, I kind of just want my scout to get through in moments like that. Soldier gets bombed. I shouldn't even look back for that scout, it doesn't matter. We get 2 kills. I mean, this is honestly fine. We should be pressuring last now. Off those picks. Left is a fantastic door to do that. And look at them all posted up there. I'm thinking about trapping the spawn. I kind of want to. Now it looks like they want to take an Uber, the way their med just dropped off the height like that. Piping the scout made it seem more likely that we get a force. I don't remember if they force here or not. My med died to spam, though, so that is bad. And I can't go for a salvage back cap. They know about me. At least I get a trade with a scout, because that's basically all you can get here. Most of the time, you're just going to die without getting anything done. We have a spy. This is good spy timing. Honestly, man, I really thought my spy should just decloak right there. That seemed like a good enough play to go for. Fortunately, they get found out because there was a spawner. And yeah, now we're down 2 on second. They have no demo. I piped both scouts, actually. That was neat. I kind of expected them to take an Uber into me here, which would have been a bad play, to be honest. Because I'm, like, kind of ready for it, at least. But even then, like, taking an Uber just to kill the demo is not necessarily particularly worth it. Especially when you have to, like, go so out of position. Okay, it's a nice air shot. Killed that soldier. My traps on mid, I remember, were pretty bad this game. I just chose the wrong door a lot of the time. Okay, now what? I think I sense another 2-pipe coming up. Which would certainly be annoying. Scout gets through valley. I turn for this guy. Okay, I turn back, which is good. There's definitely a time later on where I turn for a soldier and the demo just walks in off the space and kills me. We're trying to take space. Man, I would love if someone else on my team got through a different door, because every single spam class is holding choke. They end up just using. I'm gonna die here. My med doesn't have Uber? Did we get forced and then tried to pressure off the 2 picks? Either way there, I don't know what my flank is doing. I think they should just get in, because their doors should be completely free. It looks like every single player is just spamming out choke and focusing entirely on choke. At least their med died, I guess, but there's like no one alive. Scout's already on last. That's good damage to get. And this is like a kill. We need to kill this scout right now. Oh my word. Jesus. This is so scary. We hold last a lot. Like, and this is another one of those really sketchy holds. Because it looked okay, like we got the spawners. They didn't have heals, but everyone was so weak that us scout could just get like 3 kills and 3 shots pretty easily. Yeah, definitely sketchy. I'm setting up a disad trap. Is it disad? I don't think that it is, actually. It's like slight at best. Okay, going for a trap valley. Yeah, I don't know. We're playing on plat, which indicates that the other team at least doesn't have Uber yet. And we're at 90, so... Oh, don't ever. Yeah, us being at 90 there means... Oh, I'm pretty sure you can close this menu. At least I thought. There we go. Yeah, this is one of those times I just get 2-piped. And I'm like, man, it's so frustrating, because from my perspective, that demo's like pretty out of position. Any bomb from choke just like kills him. Just committing so hard for me. That happens a few times. And I think at a certain point, I'm just like telling my team, like, please bomb this guy. In a much more angry manner, to be honest. I think another 2-pipe is coming up in lobby as well. If you can't tell, Slug is a very talented demo. Okay, instantly kill the scout on point. That's lovely. Trying to fight lobby. Yeah, this is... Like, this guy should be dead. By all means. They lost their guy. Why are we not in lobby? I don't get it. Obviously, I'm still catching. So, yeah, I guess I'm feeding. But why does my scout walk up to the door with me and then not enter lobby? I don't understand. Why is the rest of my team not entering lobby there? It's countersack. You take lobby. Yeah, even now, it's still like... Yes, I caught, but I still feel like he should die there every single time for committing like that. Whatever. He did not. We get a kill. So it's countersack again. Now, that being said, when you only have 1 kill in the countersack, you can't get as much done because it's just 1 kill. A lot of the time teams don't even countersack. They might just peek and pressure and then leave. Okay. Yeah, another... like, that's what should be happening for what he's been doing earlier. Just instant death. Okay. I get headshot a couple times, so we know definitively they have a sniper. And now I'm going to play more of an anti-sniper positioning, which is not this, by the way. I was actually very scared this guy would just chase me down, but I would have probably lived anyway. So the more anti-sniper deal is just kind of playing more centrally like I am now, so it's a lot faster to rotate between doors, so it's much easier to carpet out that sniper once he gets spotted. Now, we don't have the gun yet. Our scout just switched to engineer. Probably should have been building a gun for countersack, or during the countersack, when we have the time to. I'm pretty sure they were trying to spam out bats on Brass Beast Heavy, which I definitely don't advise. Okay, the sniper did die. We already sacked our guy effectively, though, because he died. But you can at least take the space lobby. I mean, they're down 2. You're not expecting them to be in lobby. And if they are, it's probably bad for them. So, yeah, fine opportunity to get more deep traps up. I'm pretty sure they get cleared. Yeah, I can see my sticky count is going down. And I'm pretty sure that's the stickies. Yep, there they go. So, they do get spotted. Probably because they heard me set it. These players are good enough to kind of recognize that and hear that I'm trapping right lobby and meticulously clear that out. Meticulous is kind of a strange word to use because there's really only so many places you can trap right lobby. It's kind of either on the pack or shutter or that spot. Okay, very scary. They 4-man with a minute left. My med does not use, though, which is nice. And you basically have to push out after a 4-man. I should not land here. I should land on the fence. I kind of asked to die there. But to be honest, if that scout like runs at me, if I have a player with me, then that scout actually dies. And it's really, really, really good for us. And as a demo, a lot of the time you want to kind of bait those players to run at you and die. Which, you know, it takes a lot to kind of recognize those situations in which you can do that. Okay, that's like one of my favorite places in the game to sticky sync. It's really easy to get the timing. Cafe. Okay, their med's already out. We did get forced, but we got 4 kills. Fantastic. Oh, and I'm about to die to slug again. Here I'm not shooting at him. I'm just trying to trap him off. Okay, I don't actually die. I'm just trying to trap him off so that he can't leave. He didn't have the time to bomb out, unfortunately. I think he got good damage on me and the soldier, which kind of saved his life there. But, yeah. Okay, setting up disad traps. They just pop through, and unfortunately I beef my crouch debt, so I'm just caught. That's really sad. And now they're going to get 3 kills with the Uber. Or excuse me, 2. Including me, which is a big deal. So we're going to have to give up 2. Which is bad. We would not have had to lose this point if I lived. And to be honest, it wasn't even... I mean, yes, I can actually... Oh my god. Then I'm just botting out, almost feeding. I'm surprised that trap didn't kill me. I feel like it should have. Yeah, while I could have jumped out, I could have, you know, not beefed that jump and lived. I honestly think I was just out of position. I was forward with no intention. Okay, this is one of my favorite Ubers to take. I love when the other team plays to leave Valley because I just get to pop through lower and chase Valley. And we're actually chasing into mid, which is crazy. In a lot of situations, that's not going to go great because when you're popping at a last, oftentimes the other team will shove to your last, especially if a lot of players are caught because they kind of have nowhere else to go. And in situations like that, it's going to overwhelm your flank. So you kind of want your combo to be at least somewhat nearby. So it was definitely risky to chase that far, all the way into mid, but we ended up killing everyone. I ended up getting sniped, which is sad. That was such a weird sniper timing as well. But he instantly fed for it, so it worked out, and it's still ad. Should still be 40 ad for us, because we killed the other team's med with an Uber. We're at 90 now, which means it's still 40 ad, if you remember kind of what I was talking about earlier. Now that it's 100, it's going to start dwindling. But we've already got 2. It's going to be like 30-ish ad by the time we push, maybe a little less. Looks like we're actually playing it closer to evens, which is fine, because at this point it's probably like 10 ad. Will be evening out. We do end up using. We get a kill with it. I remember thinking this use was a little weird, because it didn't seem like anyone was in danger of dying. But, I mean, it's fine. They actually didn't have Uber, which is very surprising, because at that point, it should have been evens. If their building was even, like, bad, it should have been evens. So their building was really bad. And we got a kill with the Uber as well, so that was nice. I could have done more on point. I trapped off the corner I expected the other team to try and stop from, but if I spread my sticks a little more evenly, I probably just kill both soldiers rather than hit one of them for 60. Okay, I'm trying to spam this guy off Bell. I don't hit him, but he does get spammed off. And again, I see... It's like weird. I don't like the positioning from the other team. Somehow my med dies, though. So now it's a horrible mid. I'm trying to get a pack. We're all dying. I'm probably going to die soon. Oh yeah, I hear that their med's Valley and going for a pack, but he already got the pack. So the timing was just way off there. Their med was all the way on point, actually. Maybe they were going for the pack and noticed it wasn't there, and then just immediately... I don't know. Didn't work out. And yet again, this at last. We're down 3-4. So if we lose this, it is over. I don't know how many disad lasts we've held. It's been at least like 3 or 4. The other teams had a tough time pushing last. I do like that backup trap on point, because a lot of scouts will cap the point from that corner. It's like the most common corner for scouts to cap from if they use through top left. And it'll just kill them if they do that. Okay, so again, spotting where they're ending. I don't see their demo, so I'm a little scared to just barrel through the right in case it's trapped. Because the demo can kind of split from the rest of the combo. I let that scout get a little too much cap time, but it doesn't really matter that much. It's not a ton necessarily. And look at that, yet another hold. This one was pretty comfy, to be honest. We just kind of got kills. They didn't really get anything with their Uber. And we're already through. We see all 3 players. We know there's a spawner, so as long as you see 3 players, then you're fine to just push out. Spotting is really, really important pushing out of last, because, you know, the faster you can push out of last, the better. Okay, looks like we're just playing an Uber. This is another one of those Ubers where I just kind of like to chase. Because again, there's always that trade-off of which door to play in disad. Because you can play a closer door, like in this case, Cafe, is much closer to Choke and much closer to Valley. The advantage of that is that you get better spam. So it's harder for the other team to dry push through, and you're more likely to get a force. However, the downside is you're closer, so it's easier for them to pop into you. So it's kind of the trade-off that you take. And I am fond of those Valley Ubers chasing Cafe if I know that they're leaving Cafe. In this case, I did get juggled and couldn't really get that chase, but still, we got enough value. We got a pick, I believe, maybe another. And this is nice. I like this back cap a lot. They're down 2. And, of course, since it's second, it's going to outcap mid. And just like that, we now have 2. And this should have been disad, right? No, they just used. They killed me with an Uber. I'm trying to fight this. It's a nice rocket. That guy lives, though, sadly. Okay, we call it off. I'd like maybe a refight here. Are we just playing? I mean, playing the ad's fine, honestly. Yeah, we're at 80. We'll just play the ad. Looks like we're going Cafe. I don't remember if this is the moment where it was actually less... If we knew it was less ad than the other team maybe suspects, like our building wasn't great. In this case, yeah, they are just completely vacant, which is lovely. That's another benefit of like popping through, is you're forcing the other team to respect your Uber a lot more when you pepper those in. Not necessarily that that's the case here, but you can see they were just not there at all, and we got to push very quickly. We're being very slow. Ubers have evened out. Oh, my med died to traps. That must have been Shutter. And yeah, I'm surprised that wasn't spotted. That really should be spotted. I don't think I saw it. I feel like I would have. Okay, I set the dungeon trap. They see me trapping this, so they're just going to go a different door. They're trying to get through dungeon. I called this really early though, so we do have a soldier to kill the scout. They're very slow here. It's like okay pipe spam. Just rollers basically. And we get the force for 2, which is good. Especially since one of those was a trade. So we can feel real confident right now. And since they still have to cap, they can't really even pressure forward off of any kills. So this is great for us. And now it's add into 2. We're trying to dry push. I spot traps. I knock them actually towards us a little bit. That was sketchy. If that demo did it perfectly, my scout may have died. I'm not sure. Okay. It wasn't super fast, but we started going at like 80, so it's probably still add. Oh, I just die. Man, I didn't call for an Uber here. Oh, my med actually just wasn't with me. Honestly, I think that that's the... When you see 3 players like that as a medic, I think that's a fine opportunity to just have your own agency to pop. Because if you get those kills, especially on the other team's second, then that's going to be such good pressure into last. It might just be around, but it's almost like a guaranteed force. Especially on Sunshine. You just go top left. They can't really do anything about it. If they're hard stacking that door, then you get someone through dungeon. Honestly, just a soldier through dungeon gets the force immediately. Or you can get a player through right side. Basically the door, any of the 2 doors not being watched. And and if it's not being hard held, if they're not hard committed to holding left side, ooh, this is a feed. Actually, insanely clutch arrow for my med. And if they're not holding top left, like super, super hard, then you just take space through that and then pressure the point and force them that way. Because they kind of have to use to stop the point against the stickies. Okay, this is disad on R2, I believe. The way that we're positioned. So, oh, we're getting Uber. Okay. So things will even out here. They are already pressuring Cafe. There's a whole big old carpet by forwards. This was unfortunate timing. I am still alive, unfortunately. Scout got through Cafe. Both my soldiers are dead, so I guess in retrospect it makes sense that that door is not being held. Unfortunate that we lose that fight that way. Oh, and my other scout is caught in. This will be a late death. And that probably would have been the scout playing engineer on last. Which isn't to say that my other scout can't, but you want to build Uber here, I think. It makes sense too. He's playing engineer now, or playing heavy now, which makes sense. The other team has an Uber, so you expect them to push basically immediately, which they are. Wouldn't have really been time to build a gun. And we see that demo cross, so I want to immediately come out right side. Soldier bombs as we're walking out, but I'm able to kite that. Okay, and 3 kills for 2, and we have the heavy in the post, so another hold. Keep in mind, again, oh, what a bow. That was remarkable. Oh, I'd die here, actually. I really don't like them staying in lobby like this. I really don't. I think we should be faster. I think we should have a soldier in lobby, to be honest. Because I know we were down... Were we down 1 or 2? For sure my heavy was switching off, so he's a non-factor, right? And that's fine. But I don't know. I think a soldier could have been in lobby there. Because you want to like be catching them and trying to leave. They're 3 up, right? No scouts. Whatever. Was there something else I was saying before that happened? Yeah, if we lose any of these lasts, it's just over. And usually last holds are pretty difficult. But the other team has been pretty inept at pushing our last, to be honest. So that's been a real benefit for us. Although that being said, they do have 4 rounds, I guess. So they've successfully pushed last 4 times out of maybe, at this point, 9 or 10 attempts. Okay. I don't know why this is disad, actually. Did our med die at some point and I didn't notice? Or is it, like, actually add? No, we wouldn't have... Whoa, we are playing it as add. That's so weird. Why would we give up to... I guess we don't have the Uber yet, but were we down players? I don't know if we were. I'm not sure what the thought process was there to give up 2 with ad, but we did play the Uber to stop the point, which is really important. If we can't stop the actual cap of 2 there, that's a much riskier Uber to take, because again, you just get shoved behind and kind of backcapped. Fortunately, we don't really get anything else, so it kind of stalls out. And we are disad again. I probably could have gotten better traps up. This time my trap on point gets spotted. At least pipe the scout, I guess. But we gotta get out of here. I see ×4 on the point, which tells me that probably both scouts are on the point, meaning they're not taking an Uber immediately, so I don't have to be so worried. We actually get Uber on last, so I don't even need to worry that much about trapping the point, if at all. Okay, my soldier dies. That's tough. It's a lot of pressure. Top right. We actually lose 2. This is really terrible, because I need to reset for ammo. Do we get forced? I don't know if we took an Uber or not. Okay, we use now. We get a kill with it. This is not looking great. This is looking really, really bad. We are 3 up. Do we not just lose the game here? No, we're actually collapsing. This is... that is something else. So another failed last push from the other team. And notably, it's going to be disad again because our med died. So it's going to be about 40 disad. Their demo died, their soldier's dead, so we're trying to peek, see if we can't take space on 2. Get some damage. I actually hit both scouts. But their hold is okay. Honestly, a player could probably get through shutter there, but they're just shoving. They're threatening to shove behind lobby, which would be so uncomfortable, especially if they're about to get Uber. So yeah, I was trying to linger there for a little bit, and then I realized, oh wait, it's disad. I need to like trap the point and do disad things, so I'm not caught and lose my team the game. And yeah, yet again, left is free. High debt on point to nothing. But we're able to hold, for the time being at least. This one's sketchy though, that's a lot of cap time. They're only 2 up though. Someone's calling this demo as completely destroyed in spawn. Hopefully their med's caught. I don't think he is, I think he got out in time. I try and bomb this just in case he's still leaving a door, but I don't see him, so he's out. But it's still ad, even though their med lived. We actually have Uber right now. We can start going right now. I don't know why I'm stacking. We should be going, I think, because again, Ubers are only ever dwindling when you already have Uber, if it's ad. Okay, we're coming valley, we get spotted. Soldier bombed above, I didn't see it, and it gets the force. So it's basically just a pop through, flip-flop type of deal. Whatever. At least we got the kill, I guess. But we'll just play disad. And my ammo is not great right now. I'll probably go towards choke to get some. I sure do. So I'll play to leave choke. I prefer to leave cafe here. I think I might rotate towards cafe. Nah, it's too late. We will not. Wait, that... Did I not trap point? No, I trapped choke and I trapped shed. I trap point... Oh, yeah, the back cap I try and stop. I nuke everyone on point, but it's not enough to get a kill because everyone's full. And now we're down 3. As long as my med doesn't die, it's going to be evens on last. But we're going to be down 2 for a little bit, so it's going to be very sketchy because they're going to be able to take space for sure. I'm calling that they're going to probably come right because that's a good door to go in a position like this. And they, in fact, do. At this point, I'm spawned. I'm able to actually hold the point. And at this point, you just play the positioning. A lot of the time, teams will just try and walk at the other team and like take some sketchy coin flip fight. I hate that. You can literally just sit on top left, and as long as your demo is like playing the point, as long as you have spam, as long as no one's like feeding their brains out, then you just kind of win the fight. Oh man. It doesn't die to a back cap, right? Jesus Christ. Again, this pug has been going on so long, we've almost mounted a comeback, and like to have it end on something like that would be so horrible. Okay, we're gonna deny the demo. Oh, lovely. Gonna come choke. Really the only threat here is a sniper or a soldier bomb, because of course there's no traps with the demo being dead. And it's a very effortless dry push. That was fast. And we're looking to keep going. I like this. What are we at? What is our Uber percent? Oh, so we don't even have yet. So this ad is has stuck this whole time, basically. Okay, we do get forced, but we get a kill with it. 2 kills, actually, during the Uber. Which is lovely. And I am trying to enter lobby here. I'm trying to pressure last off of those 2 fresh kills. I call nothing shutter, peeking top left. You can see just how much value you can get into last off of having those kills. Calling for cap time. It's actually decent roller spam on that scout. Did that med drop Uber, or did he not have? That may have been a drop. Yeah, in a case like that, totally fine to just get out. I mean, we don't have an Uber to use. I know I called for an Uber earlier while we were down 2 after dropping the med, but I think in general it's better to just leave and then push with all your players, rather than just take the Uber down 2, because you need 2 kills for that to be worth, I feel like. I actually blinded their spy in the shutter. You'll notice as well we have a heavy, because we're playing the heavy into last, which can be a nice class to do that with. I could have completely annihilated all of them, but unfortunately I get juggled by the gun just enough. But I get... Was it 2 kills or just... No, I got just the 1 kill. So I could have contributed more, I think. It was definitely a very aggro call to bomb across left there, rather than just end on right. But, I don't know. I think it was a fine enough decision to make. Here I just decided to feed, because my med died. Oh wait, no I don't. That's later on. I end up feeding, but not because I decided to. And now it's looking like we have maybe an issue pushing into last. Because I think we maybe failed it the past couple times. Oh well. So you'll notice I'm not doing that air sticky rollout from the forwards, because that basically gets you all the way across mid, and I don't want to do that right now, because I don't want to go that far. I would be feeding. It's really something I only go for if we have mid very securely, and are either trying to pressure into the other point, or have to, even. Although I suppose if we have to, I'm not getting that forward spawn. Whatever. Point being, you don't want anyone to be anywhere near you when you're rolling out, because you're going to be very, very weak when you land, and you're just going to get 1 rocketed or 1 sticky or something. Okay, yet again, Uber's even out on last. And unfortunately I let that demo out. I kind of expected him to linger behind the barrels more, I guess, based on how I shot that sticky, but could have very easily got damage on him. And I'm calling an Uber here, because I just want to exchange into them. We do get the force, which is nice, honestly, because I did miss a bit. That could have been very bad. Oh no, we're 2 up. Okay, we get some spawners. I think this might be the game, right? Oh no, this isn't. Somehow, like, there's no semblance of a team here. It's literally just all 3 spawners take 1v1s and win them all. And then we get to hold. Oh my god. Yeah, the game is not ending so soon. Sorry. We're here for the long haul. I still have like half my cup of tea left. But to be honest with you, I don't know if this game is halfway done. At this point, I'm sure most people are fast asleep, which is totally fine. Okay, we stacked for some reason, even though we're not denying anyone. I guess we're only at 60% Uber, so we're not really too worried. I think this is the case where our building was pretty bad, so we're trying to push really, really early and just bluff that we already have. Because at this point, if we were like 20% faster, then we'd be able to go. But their demo's holding plat. they're playing this very aggressively, and we're kind of unable to push. Although at this point they're backed up. No, their demo's on plat still. Okay, I think there's maybe an opportunity to tease apart that hold, get that soldier off of Cafe, and then take some space, because their beams seem to be pretty passive. But we did not, and that's okay. So it's just going to even out. How are we going to pressure? I remember my soldier wanted to bomb choke, and their demo trapped it, so I'm just trying to knock those stickies away, make my soldiers bomb a little better. Soldier immediately counter-sacks. Oh, I really wish that hit. That would have been lovely. And with the immediate counter-sack, oh, our scout dies. I think that's fine. Because again, when you're the team with mid, you... Okay, I at least hit the scout there. I should get more damage holding this, though. I kind of let their demo peek for free. We actually get forced as well. Oh, and my med dies in the post. This is rough. That's going to be disad last. With, again, game of... Oh, wait, never mind. I remember what happens here. Yup. That pipe that just needed to kill the medic killed the medic. So it's not going to be disad last. We get bailed out yet again. Oh man. Right, the thought I was having way earlier with my scout dying on 2. It's fine to sack there, to be honest. I don't know if my scout did sack or just got caught. But again, if you're the team with mid, then you basically get to set the pace as long as, you know, players are even. And players were even. Both teams were down a player. Now, let's say like you're 4 up and the other team's 4 up. You might not want to send a sack in that position. But 5v5, it's generally fine. Assuming that your guy died first, that makes it even easier too, because you're going to get your spawner before they get theirs, as in you're not going to be in a position where you're down 2 against a full team, right? At worst, it'll be down 1. Okay, I wasn't even paying attention to what just happened. Their med died, they're kind of wiping. And this should be a free point. Okay, their demo's leaving. That's all 3 on the left side, and they're slow to leave, so I think we could have been even faster dungeon, to be honest. We probably could have caught some of those players if we were faster. I try and cross. I'm sure I got spotted, so it's a bad Uber. Oh, and my combo called to end left as well, so I have to bomb back. Because if I stayed right, I'm just alone. And really bad Uber. I think the pace was just so bad there. We should have been way faster pushing into 2, and we should have been way faster pushing into last. We see all 3 left lobby. Without a scout, mind you, so that med doesn't have scout speed backing up to spawn. If we just use through dungeon, they're caught. I don't know why we lingered on mid before pushing 2 with as many kills as we had. We can kind of go fast. Yeah, I don't know. Not great. Well, at least we're already at 50% by the time they push out a 2. So if we can stall them even a little bit on mid here, then it actually evens out and we don't even have to give out mid. We're at 70. Okay, losing the soldier really doesn't help things here. So we will have to leave. At least we're getting Uber on 2. Okay, that was an important 1v1 for my scout to win. Because if we're down 3, then this is horrible. But down 2 with Uber against a team that's still capping mid. Not that bad. Plus the down scout, so we get to hold it pretty comfy. Okay. So, defending team, even Ubers, even players, we're just waiting for their sack. Trying to set up for it. I think this might be the time when I turn and end up dying to the demo. Okay, I see cafe pressure. I wouldn't be surprised if I go for a sink here. There it is. Timing's not great. Honestly, like, spamming into cafe isn't that bad, but just playing that shallow angle can be quite nice. Because they don't really get any value peeking that earlier cafe door, other than spam a guy who's deep peeking. They can't really pressure the combo or pressure platform until they actually peek that that other angle. And if you're sinking on that one, a lot of the time once they get through the first cafe door, they have much more confidence. Okay. Yeah, I turn for this guy. Soldier lands on me, I turn back, and this is where the demo just walks in and kills me. It's hard in that position to be like, I get to just not look at this guy. But especially if you're on a team with players you trust and scouts you trust, then that type of bomb can get ignored. You might look at it, or I might look at it just enough to verify like he's not literally landing on my head, and I can just sort of try to dodge rockets blindly. But that might be a good thing to ignore, or at least not look at while you're holding choke. Okay, my team actually wins that fight regardless. I guess they sent too many players. I wasn't paying too much attention. And, good lord, my flank is getting crazy on 2. I don't think they got anything. That's a nice kill to get. That's kind of just their counter sack, right? I guess we lost 2, so they can continue pressuring if they want, but I wouldn't fault them for not. I'll just peek and choke a little bit. Yeah. Okay, so things are going to reset here, and we get to send a sack again. My soldier goes through choke. I don't remember if that was supposed to be a fade or not, but ended up getting caught, so... That's our sack. Okay, and that's the counter sack. Now what? Looks like we call Valley. It's a little... As far as like pacing of sack counter sack goes, this is a little slow. This is something new teams really, really struggle with, is they'll like sit around on mid for so long. Yeah, my med did just drop there, unfortunately. Wasn't looking up. They'll just sit on mid for so long without realizing like they should be doing something. Oh, this is where I just try and feed. And don't really have anything loaded. I was just spewing out stickies without much thought, and they all landed short. So, yeah. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Oh my god. There goes Taiga getting the drop. So yet again we get bailed out. And that probably had round implications as well. That would have been another opportunity for them to push last. So my med just spawned, meaning it's basically full disad. They already have mid, basically. They can start going second. And it'd probably be 30-40 ad into last, if I had to guess. Okay, here no scouts. Pretty easy dry push. We are worried about traps, but we don't see any. And we're trying to deny scouts. We don't. Do we have Uber? Okay, not having Uber here, it makes sense to slow down and try and deny. If we have Uber, or are much closer, like 80%, excuse me, then I would rather walk Cafe and try and dry push. Because again, as a demo, I can immediately trap out the forwards, and then it's as if we denied them, right? Okay, we just pop through. My bomb is trash. That's sad. I maybe could have caught the demo if I actually get a better bomb off. I don't know if my sticky got juggled there or if I just beefed. And now it's disad. So a little flip-flop on 2. Not too bad. I want to trap the pack, but that's so much more likely to get spotted if there's anyone in lobby. A lot of the time it's better to just trap that little like electrical thing. Okay, my med fortunately just gets sticky piped. I miss everything. I get arrowed. That's sad. Again, that Valley Chase, man, it can be so lethal at times. Okay, now what? My soldier's hiding. It actually does not get cleared. The flank doesn't get cleared here, which definitely gives him an opportunity. I don't know what happens here. Okay, we're trying to fight. Again, their demo's not here quite yet. Soldier's back capping. They're leaving now. Oh, they are not leaving. I don't know what they're doing. Their scout, their soldier dies. That cap is still ongoing. I'm surprised no one went back for that. I don't know what the state of Ubers are, whether this is ad for them or not. We are nowhere near getting, so it could have been ad. I don't know if they had. I feel like you could take an Uber there. At least they were playing like they wanted to take an Uber. With how aggressive they were. Maybe they just didn't have yet. Because now they're trying to dry push. So it was disad, but I don't think they had. Okay, I notice I'm getting trapped out, so I just jump out over the stickies before things get too hairy. And we immediately refight. I think my flank is like putting in some work here, like getting things done. They never use though, right? As far as I'm aware. So I don't know what they're conceding so much space for. There must be some context I'm missing. Again, with POV demos like this, you can't see the other team's Uber or health or anything like that. So there's a lot of context that you miss out on. Most of this context is basically all the context we already have just from communicating well. But yeah, watching back, unless you actually remember it, it's easy to miss things. Okay, their med gets tagged, and I think he plays on the point here. Yeah, that's like an easy place to get forced. It's kind of just like the death box. Fortunately for them, he's able to surf that out. But we immediately get the counter sack, actually. So now you have 2 kills, and look at this space. This is lovely. Scout gets focused down on the point. Now Demo's next to go. A little forward there. Does he get dropped in the Uber? Nope, gets flashed. But this exchange is good for us. Now we have a strong enough advantage off those picks and the damage that we might be able to get away with an... Or, like, theoretically speaking, in positions where you have strong advantages, you want to get away with getting the force without using. But in this position, it doesn't really make much sense because we're already so deep that we're likely going to have to use anyway or lose a bunch of players to get that force, which isn't always a bad thing, but nonetheless. And getting the exchange, it's like pretty much guaranteed to be so much better for us because they're in all likelihood going to be using first. And since we got fresh kills recently, they're going to be down players in the post-Uber fight, meaning that that's not really a fight they can sustain. So that's good for us because a longer Uber against a team that has to leave is like a recipe for players getting caught trying to leave doorways and things like that, as was the case with the other team's demo. So that's fantastic. Now here Ubers are even, but we have player ad, and notably a demo kill. So I want to pressure last. My scout is with me. Spam the soldier out the door. Other one bombs in. We're getting space. And this is why I love pressuring left. It's just that pressure on point. Decent cap time. Heavy actually eats a fat debt. It doesn't materialize into too much, just a sack. I don't know if we got the... They wouldn't have had to Uber to force, actually, so... we do not get the other team's med. So it still evens, but... I mean, you can see for like a first sack attempt, we got a lot of value out of those 2 kills. We got a lot of cap time, and we really... we pressured them hard. We had a good opportunity to get a med kill or something out of the space we got off those 2 kills. Okay, a demo playing here is always... you always have to be suspicious of that because they're usually spotting some type of trap. You can see I actually walk out to check that other spot I was trapping earlier in right lobby, and he's there weren't sticks there. There were only the ones shutter. Okay. I need to get out of lobby. We're down 2 scouts. It should still be holdable. Man, I can't believe I never got any beam that whole time. I feel like if I'm even like 70 HP there, I can live that rocket. Alas. I just hope my med's not caught. Oh no. Oh no. Okay. Well, this is now very bad. Not much to do other than set up disad. So I'm trying to trap stuff out. Valley is fine here. I think choke's better though because you're expecting the other team to push choke because it's the fastest door and they have so many kills. They actually end up pushing through cafe, which is really weird to be honest. Okay, they use a call to leave dungeon because I'm so scared my med wants to walk Shutter, which would have certainly gotten them caught. And we only lose one, and we actually end up trading both the kills out, so this is prime repeak territory, and the space is certainly there. They are playing very passively. And the fact that they never capped second means we get to play this a lot more confidently. Unfortunately, my scout played Pyro for some reason. I guess expecting us to be holding last, but even then, why would you... Oh, you know what? It was probably they were stuck in the forwards, because, okay, that makes a lot more sense. So in that case, it's, what me and my med did was a little sketchier, because in my brain, I'm like, my scout is alive, meaning he can be with us, but he's stuck in the forwards with no way to leave. I think he switched Pyro to try and clear traps out of the forwards or whatever, and their only means of getting in the fight were back spawning once mid got capped by the other team, and then rolling out from last. Meaning that whole time, me and my med have no scout with us, which is why the single soldier was able to kill my med. And that's a really impactful death, because this is going to be full disad at last. I'm a late death as well, meaning I probably won't be able to get traps up in time by the time they push with Uber. Okay, we have the gun pyro set up. Gun Pyro not particularly strong on Sunshine, but it's at least nice in this position because you just get to at least keep the gun up while so many players are dead, and you can't, you know, hold the doors enough to prevent the gun from getting spammed down before the Uber gets popped. Uber gets popped now as the gun is being moved. I don't know why it even got moved, to be honest. It's like got moved to a spot basically next to spawn anyway. Whatever. And unfortunately, I'm a little fast out of the spawn again. I guess my Pyro was switching to Scout. Obviously, my Heavy's going to be really slow. So, yeah, I guess I am fast. I should just wait for my other players. But it's tough, because like you want to be getting positioning as fast as possible. Because positioning is really the name of the game in last pushes and last holds. If you can get a strong foothold, then it's a lot easier to hold the point. And you want to get that strong foothold, right? Nonetheless, yet another last point held. And we have been 4 versus 3 for quite a while now. And it's been very back and forth. Yeah, okay, we just pop through. My sticky gets completely destroyed by that splash rocket. Very sad, so I don't really have an Uber at all. Just results in a roamer trade. Okay, and disad yet again. I trap up Cafe. I put up a pretty garbage trap valley. I don't know what that is. Honestly, that sticky sticking out is like almost a little nice, because that trap is unlikely to really kill people anyway. But at least seeing the sticky makes them more paranoid and maybe slower to push. I don't know, maybe it could still kill people, right? It's not super horrible, I guess. This is where I rotate Valley, hearing that they're pressuring it. Yet again, like you saw, we got caught, for example, Valley against the lower lobby Uber. But here I'm like willingly playing the closer door. Because again, the spam is good. Like there is some reason to be playing closer. Oh, and look at that. A free kill. That's 2 picks. And we are already chasing last. Our med gets forced, but this is honestly fine. We get 3 kills on second. I'd really like to be moving forward more, but they're just selling out. Like, everyone's dying. This is great for us. I am calling that I'm trapping the spawn. This scout's weak. Who catches this pipe? Yeah. And it's just the demo. So this should tie things up, right? Oh my god. Is the comeback happening? That was a long round. I think... I forget the actual amount, because you can see it in the log. This may have been like 35, 40 minute round. Just unbelievable. But that's so scary, because our mids have not been great, right? So we're so scared of just getting mid to lasted, which would be such an anticlimactic way to end the game. Yeah, I don't know. Okay, again, this high ground positioning. I really don't like how their combo has been playing these mids just on the floor, just so central without picking a side, because I just feel like I get to walk up and get way more value. Okay, it's a 2v2 on mid, but both players are very weak. Looks like it's a scout behind. No, it looks like it's a demo behind. Yep, it is a demo behind. He's in cafe. This guy should die. Oh, never mind. He hits the pipe on my soldier. Is my scout gonna kill him? It's like my scout lets him go. And they are refighting. We are down 2 now, actually. Oh, did I just feed? I think I just fed. It makes more sense to be playing point there. I believe better positioning, safer positioning, rather. Being down 2 is not, like, catastrophically bad, necessarily, but you're expecting to probably give up the point. But you can, like, kite the aggression back, I feel like. I guess no soldiers means you don't have any bombs to alleviate pressure, so maybe playing much more passively makes sense there. Not entirely sure. But for sure I shouldn't just stand in front of cafe like that, I don't think. Okay. This is a little weird of a position to be playing. Plat is a lot better. And I'm actually, like, kind of forcing my med to be playing closer to me in a worse positioning as well, where they're much more bombable. But I just wanted to hold the choke, like, immediately, and I didn't have time to rotate all the way to plat, in my opinion. Okay, they got forced, and we actually don't even have to use, so this is now full ad, I believe. We're worried about the soldier high bomb from cafe, which doesn't seem to be happening. And now it's my job to just lock out the doors. Oh. Little Uber through choke. Ooh, med is caught. Man, I'm missing. And now he's getting out. Trying to chase. This is a little sketchy of a chase because this is not a great place to end your Uber. Just really bad low ground positioning. We're able to hold off. I don't know. We lost 2 during that Uber. I don't know if we can even cap the point. Getting that 120 on the scout definitely helps to stall them. We do end up getting the point, and we're able to get back in a passive position in time. Pretty easy dry push for them, but could have been a lot worse for us. We at least got the point. That's going to slow them down. Give us... Ooh, we're peeking this. Did they get forced or something? I don't know what that peek is about. They could be pushing right now. They should have Uber. They do just use. I am able to jump out. That was close. My crouch debt was not great. I ideally like ramp slide through choke there and get out much cleaner, but did not happen. Oh, and their med dies in the post. We lose 3 for it though, so we're definitely going to have to leave. But as long as our med survives, this is fine. Honestly, the fact that all the spawners are on the same spawn wave is quite nice. Because that means we can time very nicely just having our heals. Crit heal all those soldiers. Or crit buff all those players, rather. Which they don't seem to be keen on. I think that still happens nonetheless, maybe. Are my soldiers getting buffed? Okay. One of them did. Little beef there, I suppose. Oh man, losing a guy to a trap immediately really sucks. Because again, this is just like back cap city. And... this is so sketchy. We see both scouts, both soldiers. Oh, mine's just dead. I remember in retrospect saying that we should have just taken an Uber there. Because, like, again, it's easy to forget that, like, when you're in a delicate position like that where you have to be very careful about what you do, it can be easy to think that you have a disadvantage. And in some sense you do, right? You know, you're pushing at a last. But you have Uber advantage. And if they're getting too antsy and too cute, then you really should punish them. There's 2 scouts on the floor. So many players stacked up by value. You know the other 2 players are by cafe. That's like everyone accounted for. And it's fine to just use into them valley, get like 3 kills, right? That'd be fantastic. And you don't really have to worry that much about the back cap threat from players in cafe. Because it's kind of a while to get over there. Pretty easy to spot those players. Yeah. So we really should have taken that Uber more proactively. We do end up getting their med, but we lose both scouts in the process. Getting that scout kill definitely makes things a little easier for us. I was worried about some stop. I don't know why. I guess I didn't have like solid confirmation that there was no one on last. Yeah, I don't know. Whatever. It's like a waste of 2 stickies, who cares? That ammo gets reloaded immediately, there's no pressure happening. Okay, we were trying to peek and maybe push with ad, but instead our flank gets completely annihilated and we get bombed and the demo kills me and it's a nightmare. And now my scout's taking a solo Uber, which gets a kill. I mean, we're not expecting to get pushed into immediately here, I guess. We at least get to set up disad on 2. But again, this could be the game. And this time I think it might actually be. We'll see. This time I trap the other side of point. They're trying to push through valley. Is my soldier gonna die here? Because at this point living makes more sense, yeah. You don't want that late soldier death on last. You want them to be alive, at least by the time they are needed to stop point. Oh man, my med immediately dies. And so many players are caught. We just weren't set up disad. I don't know why. We had so much time to. And this should just be the game, right? Yeah, everyone's dying. It's just up to me, which I cannot do. So we do end up losing, actually. It was almost a legendary comeback. It was a legendary pug, nonetheless. It ended up being 80 minutes long. But yeah, hopefully that was like an entertaining story, at least, of almost pulling it through. Because if you remember earlier on, I was so mad and like arguing with my pocket scout and all this. By the end, we were in it together. There was the camaraderie of an experience like that, gluing us all together. So yeah, that was a insane pug. Was a loss, but fun nonetheless. And yeah, hopefully it was just interesting to hear the context behind what was going on. I wasn't like super critically analyzing things and going into too much depth necessarily, but it was just a fun story, I guess, to follow along with. And a almost comeback. Maybe it's a little unsatisfying for you to not see the comeback actually happen, but that's not always going to be the case. But anyway, yeah, I would like to do more demo review-ish stuff on this channel going forward. Maybe not match and stuff like that, because again, I don't really play matches right now, because I'm not playing the game as seriously, necessarily. But anyway, I hope you all enjoyed, and I will see you all next time.